pesa kidonda. Cheki dem yako na kutoka. Wananitenga Maradona. Jumu wapata nikisonga. Usibandishe
Mbembo boda boda.
Yona siku mwisho
utamuona.
Usilize kani ligonga. Niulize kile niliona. Ai, akema mwena sa na kupigana bila muda. Vidole mbili weka pisa. Hizo zingine weka inside. You know I pull up like a G. Shorty ameweza she's free. Hakuna kitu ya free. Nagusa nina kaliri. You know they love me for the life. The Illuminati kumbe life. Unasema ni bangi kumbe life. Top team in the big paparazzi. I got big in the jack with the rise. In the club, in the club, in the club. In the club, in the club, in the club.
Maisha fiti na marafiki tunaungua. Nasi chite kama wifi anajua. Mziki lipi basi ni vipi nina ganji shikati kiti ujuone vile kwa mic inachafua. Kikulacho ndo hiyo hapo inakusumbua. Tunajua ni bibi yako kimwanika tunaanua. Bigi jasho ndo hiyo ndingo tanunua. Otherwise piga kanesa na ikikuma unaweza tua. Twende lifestyle kuna bwenye na babasha. Last time tulikata kuperform Naivasha. Ndani ya 110 na wapita kaza naska. Ni kwanga wanted lakini sai wana vibes show.
Good afternoon everybody.
This is not the vibe show.
Yes, I know, but I'm saying hi to them.
Oh.
I'm Katie. I can't greet people.
No, you played the bells for vibe show.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Karibuni sana people.
No, you thought that I was telling you no.
Yeah,
no,
like,
it's
what?
the jiggles.
Alright, the jiggles are amazing, but I didn't hear. You're the only person who is keen. But karibuni sana people, how are you doing? I hope you guys are having a fantastic afternoon from the 254. It is 37 minutes past 2 p.m. and of course welcome to the Rythm Scoop Show. If I don't miss this, Katie will kill me. I hope you guys are enjoying. Tell me, how has your month been? How has your week been so far? I hope you guys are doing well. But karibuni sana, my name is Shmani. I have the beautiful Katie with me.
Yes, karibuni sana my people. Welcome to the Rythm Scoop Show. And Shmani is already asking us about the month. And this is actually the first week of the month. And
Yeah.
she's already wanting to know how the month has
It's actually
been.
the second week because this week started on Friday.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. We are
This month started on Friday.
we are actually heading to the second week.
We're in the second week.
We
We're
already
heading to the third week. Yes.
Okay, whatever. But anyway, karibuni sana to the second session, to the Rythm Scoop Show. I hope you're going to enjoy this amazing show with us right here, and also keep it interactive. We are headed to the weekend. I was popping with you, and especially today, or rather this month being December.
Yes.
You know, it is during the festivities. Everybody is up to something. So tell us, what are you up to? My name is Katie. Keep it interactive.
Yes, people, karibuni sana. Just like Katie told you, we are coming back with the quote of the day, but do interact with us via our social media platforms on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, and definitely on TikTok at Black Hot Fire Network. We're also live at the radio station. If you are listening, we call you our silent listeners. Karibuni sana. Let us know how you're faring on and how your month is so far. This month apparently began on a Friday, and this is the second Friday of the month. Let us know what is the popping. It's weekend, and of course, come on the weekend, we are checking it a little bit. TikTok, apparently Friday we are allowed to play music, right? So definitely we'll be playing a lot of music.
No, we are not.
We're on YouTube.
We're on YouTube.
Oh my goodness, too bad we cannot. But we'll be playing. This is TikToker, one of my favorites. Apparently, it actually reached 1 million views. Amazing. I love Tipsy G. Kajitu. I love his voice. He has like a very
Touching voice.
Yeah, I do believe he doesn't struggle in the booth, like, you know, to shout, because his voice is always really deep. Shout out to Tipsy G. Goditena coming in with the special writing skills. I love Goditena. And the one and only Kapi, of course, has been representing us for a minute. Enjoy this amazing. We are coming back with the quote of the day. If you are live with us on TikTok, you'll have to take people on Tara TikTok. And of course, if you're live with us on YouTube, come back with your quote of the day. Let us know, what are you actually advising us today? This is TikToker. Interact, or rather enjoy.
black chocolate ni fine melanin bana kutoka nikapate. Kanapenda kenye mi wanapenda, so kanapenda toto chupa na haga nono like a boss. Tenda wema pewa tako, kwangu ni clean so butafagia kwako. Nikuje ndogo jutakula kushoto, usitake kuona na my dirty version. Nilijam nikasample mali yako, manzi yako na mpango wako wa kando. Tunapiga katrio sam, tunakusengenya ni Mr. Last Guy. Manzi yako ashanipenda, mtoto wa nyumbani, toto la home, Kenyan girl kanapenda ganji, shiinda ho. Bad bitch kwa hii party, vibe iko top kwenye flow, joka na perform, joka na perform. Kanapenda kuzitoka TikTok, kanakonga TikToka. Big Bock kanapenda stick proper, big bomb bila kuna big bomba. Big Bock kanapenda kuzitoka TikTok, kanakonga TikToka. Big Bock kanapenda stick proper, big bomb bila kuna big bomba.
Hapendi vijana wa Roy Sambu, hapendi kupelekwa hizo klabu. Mi nataka jo a trend, akule vitu best, alafu nikafanye maajabu. Umsupa ni mpole hana mambo, alafu hapo nyuma mauano yukwaga amevai mavitu ni vulai.
Yes, my quote of the day is this Friday, finish your work and be done. Look forward to the weekend and have some fun.
My quote of the day says, life is a journey, weekends are the checkpoints.
Period.
TikTok kanakonga TikToka. Big Bock kanapenda stick proper, big bomb bila kuna big bomba. Big Bock kanapenda kuzitoka TikTok, kanakonga TikToka. Big Bock kanapenda stick proper, big bomb bila kuna big bomba.
Live Nairobi, kakubali kunipea dempen. Nimekuwa bado toka enzi za F2, Kenya nataka ni mic na madem tu. Ini hype iko na version ya dang shoe, dema mebeba bomba na kona tattoo. Shina kwa wea cha leo nitatefa tu. Inge true meangukia mwana.
Mtoto wa nyumbani, toto la home, Kenyan girl kanapenda ganji, shienda ho. Bad bitch kwa hii party, vibe iko top kwenye flow, joka na perform, joka na perform. Big Bock kanapenda kuzitoka.
Another day, another crisis. Keyboard warrior still typing.
Yes, family, welcome back. I hope you guys are enjoying that amazing session. Shout out to everybody on TikTok, Katie.
Shout out to who? To Aroz Toji.
Yeah.
I see you in the building. Karibu sana. Aroz Tojeje. Ni Aroz Toje.
Yeah.
Sijui ni Aroz Tojeje ama ni
Yeah.
Aroz Toje. But shout out to you as well.
Alright, shout out to everybody joining. Kuna mtu ametuma pale, Katie, sijui mbona uoni comments.
Sioni comment.
Alright, there is a comment, sema mgeni wetu wa leo ni nani? Arost G.
Okay, there is no guest of the day.
Alright.
Leo hatuna mgeni.
Oh, like
Sisi ndio wageni.
Sisi ndio wageni. Same people. Oh, each and every day. But karibuni, let me see if there are people who have joined us on TikTok. Nobody else on our YouTube channel, but karibuni sana. Now, today is a Friday. We are going to take it easy. Katie, we've been on these streets and we've been asking people what is their love language. I want to know what is your love language.
Money.
Okay.
Money.
Mm-hmm.
I also love treats.
Okay.
And hey, intentional people.
Yeah.
I love people with intentions. Intentions, manze, intentions. And also I love what else? What do I love? Kai, my love language is I also love people who loves what I love.
Okay. That is being selfish.
I know, but
Yeah.
now I love people who knows cars.
Okay.
Man, you cannot be my boyfriend and you don't know cars.
Alright.
You have to know cars and their brands and their engine capacity and everything, you know. And also I love I love I don't know. You
Alright.
continue, I'll tell you.
Okay,
I'll keep
of
on
course,
telling you.
my love language first and foremost, talk to me in currency, definitely my number one priority. And then, of course, I love spending quality time. Somebody who creates me time. Let us have that good time. Let us have that time where we just chill, away from people. I love locking myself up. Like, I'm the person who thought I'd love going, like, really out with my man up there. maybe I've not reached to an extent of traveling outside, but literally even when we are indoors, I don't prefer going to the club. I prefer just staying home and let's Netflix and chill. Let's have that personal time, because when you go outside at Ibu time, there's a lot of people. Yeah, so for me, I love a person who creates time for me. And of course, I love treats. Give me flowers, you know, or give me chocolates. Sometimes it doesn't have to even be something big. Just even sweetie. Like me just think about me, get me a banana and just say, hey, here, I bought you this. Or rather, I saw this and I thought about you. So that is something I like and I enjoy. Now, the reason as why I'm asking this, the last time we were asking people on the streets, if you've been following us on the Word of the Streets, lots of people were saying, you know, English, Kiswahili, and it is super crazy. Now there is a woman who say you can't say money is your love language but you don't have any money. All right, you can't even speak your language. The real test of someone's integrity is money. What do you say?
Man, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true, because we have women with the double standards.
Yeah.
You're saying that your man has to pay for your salon, but alikupata ukikasha glabaga.
Exactly.
You know, like your hair is not even maintained. So if you want a man to maintain you, you have to be able to maintain yourself first. You cannot tell your man you need to pay for my nails while he found you are not even making the nails, you know, or your nails are always you know, you've never even paid for your own bills.
Exactly.
You know, you cannot have those standards and wait for a man to meet them while you yourself cannot be able to do that. You know, I want my man to be able to pay me rent and everything. Why are you that needy?
Exactly.
You know, you don't need to be that needy for a man to do something for you. You know, men do also, you know, men, they love intentional women.
Yeah.
If you raise double standards, you put yourself in a place where you have so much standards that you're not even able to meet yourself, it means that you have double standards. Exactly. Of which you're setting the bar so high for that man, yet yourself you're not able to meet your standards.
I do agree with you, because I have like the other women who are saying, oh me, I was listening to this song, Kanairo Love, and Reckless or Major, one of them was saying, you know, bila gari, without a car you cannot actually attract a woman in Nairobi. The women who actually set standards. But again, ukikuja na Vitz or ukikuja na gari nyingine pia, hiyo ni shida. Na mwenye anakuja hivyo ni somebody who doesn't even who even when they're alone, they don't even take an Uber. You know, they take a matatu. Hata kulipa ndudhi for them is expensive. But when you meet them there, they're like, oh, I want a man with a car. I mean, always they say attract, you know, manifest and you'll attract people you want. But again, you can't want, for example, Katie, you live Siji where you're expecting to meet a man who lives in Runda and he will make your life better. You know, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
I do believe for you to actually, even people who, my friend used to say, if you want to meet rich people, you go where rich people hang out. Exactly. That is where you find doctors marry doctors.
Yeah.
Because that is where they hang. You find artists just in the industry. That is where they date people in the industry. Because you attract who you are, literally. So I don't believe in oh, I want this, I want a car, I need my man to be paying me for air, I need my man to be, you know, doing all that stuff, pay for my rent 6 months. I'm like, I'd love to. I always see these things happening to women. Someone is scared, oh, you paid my rent for 3 years. But I know, if somebody has to pay your rent for 3 years, you have to be worth it. Ameona vizuri, this is a woman of this standard. Na ameamua, because those people who will actually do this, they won't do for long. Watakupima, they'll study you and they'll know. You're just like a
peer men, they look at how you spend your money.
Exactly.
They look at how you spend your money as a woman. Because Ashmani, you cannot tell me that my man is going to pay me rent for 3 months and all I do now after that with my money is buy alcohol, buy liquor for my friends all the time, go sherehe all the time because my rent is paid. You know, maybe they are paying for the rent for you so that you would use that money to do something creative for yourself, but not go and waste it on liquor and your friends. You know, so you'll find that a man has paid your rent for this month and he will never do it again because he looks at how now I helped you save some money. What did you do with
that
it?
money?
You know,
Yeah, because I also saw this woman, and this woman, what is happening is she was asked, all right, she's a landlord in the States, of course it's not in Kenya, and what happened is this woman alienda akapeana 1 month free rent, all right, after 1 month of free rent to people.
She's living abroad.
Yes.
She's from actually Rongai.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about the one for last year. Kuna huyu wa majuu, juzi, like 3 days ago. And apart from giving them one year, 1 month free rent, which is a lot of money.
Yeah,
Katie.
of course.
Maybe they're paying 50,000 because it's not in Kenya.
Yeah.
This apartment is not in Kenya. And then she has said that she has brought classes. Then these classes are supposed to teach her tenants how to own a house. Free classes. So apart from even the rent, I feel like the bigger thing she has done, even with the rent, yes, it's a huge, but teaching them
how to
Exactly.
become a landlord.
How will you save money? What are the platforms? This is one of the biggest gifts I've ever seen people giving out, and that is super true, because you can find this type of woman who has done this type of thing, Katie. She has used her money nicely because she has also created a pathway for other people, which is super amazing. Some to kama huyu akikwambia hata ati, oh, buy me a jet. This is somebody who can buy their own. Katie, you can't say, I need an iPhone, I need you to buy me an iPhone, and yet you've never owned an iPhone. It doesn't work like that. But that is crazy. Just another shenanigan. Going back to other relationship questions or conversations. There is this preacher, and she suggests that ladies asking their men where they're coming from is disrespectful.
What do
Alright?
you mean?
How do you talk to a man like that? Stephen Elvin commented, when I was married, I was taught that it is wisdom for a man to tell your wife where you are going, so she won't ask about it. I don't ask, but I stay at him, will make him explain. Now, those are people reacting. But I want us to talk about you asking your man where you coming from is disrespectful.
How is that disrespectful?
I don't understand what she actually meant, but she said you're not
I'm at
supposed
the tone. The tone might be.
No, it's
you
not, this woman is not talking about tone, Katie. She's actually, let me just get it right, okay? Just a minute, let me just get this cause it's here. Let me just get it quick.
Shout out to Dark Tubi saying Rongai ni abroad of Ama.
Rongai, ni diaspora.
Rongai ni diaspora mse.
So it is abroad, literally. No, when she was, I think she is confused. I think when she was saying Rongai, we meant the other landlady from Rongai, the previous one.
Lakini pia Rongai ni majo.
It's not in Kenya.
It's not in Kenya.
Alright.
It's diaspora.
Okay, let me just get now. This is the article. And you don't ask a man where you're coming from. That one, you ask your brother or child, not your husband. Where do you get the courage to ask a man, hii ni saa ngapi unakuja? Mimi ni watchman wa kufungulia kwa wakati unakuja. Unajua, those type of questions. Because personally, I do relate. Me, I'll ask. Like, for example, I don't have a problem. I always tell my man each and every day, I don't have a problem where you're going. Whatever you're doing, just communicate. Tell me, hi, I'm gonna be late. Don't even tell me specific time. Because me, personally, Katie, I'm the person who is time conscious. If you tell me you're coming at 3, and that 3 you're not there, we are done. I'm not waiting. And one thing, I'm not those women who wait for their men so that they can eat together. I used to be, till I learned that, because I hate eating alone, till I learned that I'll be waiting and I'll be getting angry. I went to bed.
See, sometimes you might be waiting and they never come.
Exactly. So I learned
This has happened to me.
Sometimes
And they don't communicate.
Exactly.
Or sometimes they come at 4 a.m.
At 4, exactly. You know what I'm talking about. And I don't have a problem with where you are, what you're doing, or whatever is happening.
Just communicate.
Just tell me, hello, I'm gonna be late today, alright? So that I know I'm not supposed to be waiting for you. I know that hata kama ni key, najua time ya kushu. The people who wait for you the whole night, you don't appear till 5 a.m. She's been in the chair just waiting for you. Sacrifices people make. So me, I do believe, if you don't tell me where you're coming from, if you don't communicate, I have all the right to ask you, where are you coming from? Just tell me, because we can always avoid this. And I like the fact that this man apparently replied, I was told that if you want to make your wife at ease, because Katie, sometimes you don't tell where you are, right? And then you part an accident or you die. There's a woman who found a man in the mortuary. You know, stuff
Yeah.
like that. The people who are worried for you. So I do believe communication is key. If you want to, if you have proper communication with your person, there won't be tons of hii ni sangapi,
Yeah.
unajua, and stuff like that.
I believe so because you know, in a relationship, I believe what kills so many relationships is
Yeah.
communication
Exactly.
and how you communicate to each other.
Yeah.
Because you cannot tell me, Shmani,
Yeah.
you are a man, you are the man of the house or the king of the house,
Yeah.
you know, or the lord of the house. But Shmani, you have a wife.
Yeah.
And the wife is always worried about where is my man at.
Yeah.
He has not communicated. So how are you expecting that woman to sleep without knowing where you are and having a peaceful night?
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
sometimes I believe it's not okay for men just to do things randomly just because they feel like they're the head of the family. And I believe it's okay to say where you are as a man.
Yeah.
Just communicate. Just call me, tell me, hello, today I'm going to be late and
Yeah.
I'm going at this place to
Yeah.
do this and this. And I'll not have any problem if you told me. You know,
Yeah.
if you told me and now you come late, I'll have no problem. But I'll have a problem with you not telling me and just going ahead and doing things and you come home late. And I'm like, I'm all worried, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're even like, where is this person? Where did they go? And maybe sometimes your phone happens to go off.
Yeah.
You're always worried and you're like, where did they go? Where are
Exactly.
they?
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
it's always very good to communicate about where your whereabouts. It doesn't hurt. I believe it doesn't hurt.
Yeah, so, you know, sometimes, Katie, and I've noticed this, personally, I'm an intentional person. I'll tell you first what I want and what I'm expecting from you. If you're coming with games, I do believe there is a part of me back then, or an age where I didn't even care if I'm seeing you or if I'm not seeing you. Are we dating? What are we doing? You know, I was just saying, okay, let's see how it's gonna be. But right now, I'm not in the let's see how it's gonna be. I want to know what we are doing. If we are playing games and I'm down for games, it's okay, right? If we are actually just you know, friends with benefits, and I like that, it's okay. If we are in a relationship, let's be in a relationship. You don't say, I want to be in a relationship with you, and then you act as if you're not in a relationship. If somebody calls you, you never had this conversation, men, because I do see this in boys, like when they sit together. Like, for example, let me give an example. My guy, right? He has friends. So his friends are single, okay? Most of them are single. Of course, he has some are married, but he has like friends who are single. So every time they sit down and maybe somebody makes a call, or maybe when I make the call, because me, I'll call him. Where are you? I'm from work. When are we meeting? Are you coming home? Stuff like that. So they've already known that is, in fact, when his phone rings, they're like, I know who is calling. And literally, it's always me who is ever calling. And then they start saying things like, you know, maybe I'm calling a lot, I'm calling much. Some even have said I'm controlling, you know. And sometimes when they are tipsy, they forget that I'm around, and they say stuff like that, and I'm around, you know, and I overhear. And so one day I sat down and I asked him, is it bad knowing where you are? You know, is it really a bad thing, me calling you and just checking up? Why would you feel that when I'm checking up, I'm asking you, or I want a fight, like, woko happy? You know that type in a case, if you're giving aggressive,
like
or
you
you're
called
giving,
in an aggressive
or
way.
maybe you're giving him pressure. You don't want him to chill, because the boys are like, nowadays we don't hang out with you so much because, you know,
Of your girlfriend.
of your girlfriend and stuff like that. And now he's like, you know, I gotta go home. If he knows if it is 8 p.m. and you're not around, it's a problem. Now what I didn't understand is when you start calling, or when you start, the people or men view it as if, oh, she calls a lot, or she amemkalia and stuff like that. And I'm like, if I'm calling you, I'm calling out of love. I want to know uko wapi, what are you doing? It's not bad, Katie, if I call my man.
Yeah.
Sasa, what are you doing now? I don't want to like ask you, are you coming home by force or what? I'm just asking you, hey,
How are you doing? Where are you at?
Yeah, exactly. But the way you are, I've noticed it comes from, you know,
She's being bossy.
she's being bossy, and I don't know if you've ever experienced this.
No, you know, even when I don't call,
Yeah.
my man asks, haven't you missed me?
Exactly, you know. And
Why are you not
why
calling
not
me?
call? Because maybe he has gotten used to
Mhm.
that. But you know, when you're in the start of a relationship,
Mm.
because I noticed this at the start of I think they got used to it because nowadays. But at the start of a relationship, they are like, oh, maybe she's calling too much, and I'm like, he's my man. Why can I not be calling? You know. And when I ask you, what time are you coming home? I'm not. You just say, hey, I am busy right now. I'll come home later. Nobody's telling you come now, or I want to fight with you. But I notice it's like when you, of course, sometimes call so much, it becomes a problem too. I'm like, it's not supposed to be viewed as a problem.
You're my
Exactly.
man. I have every right to know where you are. Man.
It's crazy, man. But you know,
But I believe it also comes with the boys, telling, having this belief of. But also, he has a problem because he's now hanging out with the single men.
I don't believe it. No, I don't believe the
thinks-
problem is hanging out with single
No,
men.
I believe the problem is hanging out with single men because Shmani,
Yeah.
if now, if these men were not single, their girlfriends would still be calling.
Exactly.
Now they would have the same problem, and then they would be like,
It's normal.
Wako amekupigia, wako amekupigia. It's
Exactly.
normal, you know. But now the boys are like, she's calling too much because they are
They
single.
are single. And I
Yeah.
do, that is what I thought, because I was like, the reason as why maybe they're talking like this is because they don't relate.
Yeah.
And sometimes I have a problem because sometimes when he hangs out with his friends who are in the streets, it's different.
Yeah.
I don't like, and I don't like it because I'm like, they're bad advice.
Yeah, they are advising you.
And when he hangs out with friends who are married, I like them so much because akunaga pressure. You're just like, everybody's reasoning the same.
Yeah.
The same. They've already experienced it in the same. But when the other ones are there for like, oh,
Exactly.
she calls. I do believe also.
Even-
but Katie he can't leave his friends.
He
know.
can't,
He
yeah.
can't. So what does he have to do?
I don't know, but
Because we'll still ask you.
they will still ask you, you know. And
Yeah.
sometimes it gets to a point that now ndio wanakuambia umekaliwa na mama, you know.
Yeah.
Just because they are single, they don't understand, they don't feel you, you know.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, I believe it's up to the man to just like tell the friends, you know, I'm not like you guys, you're single.
Yeah.
I'm in a relationship and this one is serious. So
Yeah.
there's no like kukaliwa.
Yeah.
She's just doing what she's supposed to do.
Exactly.
And I'm answering the calls because I'm the man.
Yes.
I'm supposed to answer the calls.
So this woman is saying that asking a man is disrespectful. I believe the reason as to why women will ask you is because you have not
They
communicated.
care.
Exactly.
It's also a fact that they care.
They care.
I wouldn't ask you where you're from if I don't care.
Exactly.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
just go to bed and sleep.
And
I
the
don't care.
funny part is they will tell you what you want to hear.
Mhm.
So I don't even know why it's a problem because he will never tell you I'm from another girl.
Yeah.
South. They
Yeah.
will always tell you I was chilling with you who
I was with the boys.
I know, or
Yeah.
I was busy at work. And you know, I don't get why it's disrespectful, and yet he will never ever tell you the truth of where he was at. So this is something that is wrong, and this is like a preacher. And I do believe sometimes, Katie, the way I see this is, you know, there are women who have been, yani, women who actually, I look at it and Katie, you're believing or unategemea huyu mwanaume, right? You are really dependent on this man. Na huyu mwanaume, whatever he says is what you do. Those type of women are the ones that maybe if they ask their men, they feel entitled that it is disrespectful because they don't see any value of you. So naona pia women have already been wamekaliwa sana mpaka wanaona it's not okay to ask a man. It's always okay to ask. You are the wife, you are the girlfriend, you are the woman. It's always okay to ask because if you don't ask, I'm like, you don't even care. That is how I believe.
Yeah,
Personally,
that is
if you don't call me even from 12 midday and I haven't seen you, I start getting worried. I'm like, what is happening? Why is it not called?
Yeah.
Why? Because I'm so used to that. But anyway, let's move on to other news and updates. And what we are going to discuss now is political news. And I think we discussed this in the morning, but I want us to discuss it on camera because I would really want to hear people's perspective. Now, borrowers of Safaricom Fuliza overdraft facility will be allowed to clear their loans using bonga points. Wow. Yeah. How do you see? What can you say about that? Now,
It's
if you have Fuliza, una save 2 bonga points. Zako zikifika. The way people used to buy phones with bonga points.
Yeah.
You remember? Yeah.
You can pay Fuliza with your bonga points.
Yeah.
I believe it's okay.
Yeah.
It's an easier way of paying because bonga points are earned from the airtime you
Yeah.
put on your phone. So it's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah,
So
it's okay.
So it's easy because kama ile siku ile kwenye Preza alisema watu wanatolewa CRB. Unajua. I saw that one as a good one. And this one about now bonga points, I do believe it's one of the most positive thing I've had since, you know, the government came in. And it's really okay because sometimes even this credit, Katie, it's a lot. Unajua, you buy credit for 100 bob. Like yesterday I bought credit, I don't know what is happening, and I left my net on. Nani kalala, and in the morning he's telling me you don't have credit. I'm like, I didn't browse.
Hello, Safaricom.
Where did it go? You know, it doesn't make sense. And sometimes I do believe with the bonga points, now you being able to pay even other loans. I wish we could save our bonga points to start buying things in the supermarket.
You can actually buy things with your bonga points. There's a way you can transfer them into cash and buy.
You can transfer bonga points to cash?
Yes.
I didn't know about it.
Yeah, you can actually do.
Oh, I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
But anyway, that is just something that is positive I've noticed, and shout out to the person who came up with it. I think that was the internal borrowers on Safaricom Fuliza overdraft facility will be allowed to clear their loans using bonga points as a part of month-long Christmas campaign, which is aimed to sharing the season celebration with its customers. I hope it's not just during Christmas. I hope this is something that will be implemented for life, and it can be able to help Kenya.
But
life is
now,
hard.
if now 20, is it how many bonga points is worth the 3 bob?
10.
10 of
Yeah.
them. Now imagine how much or how many bonga points you'd need to pay 200.
But Katie, let me tell you something. Somebody like my mom, I remember this very well. Now, I used to love to steal my mom's phone. I used to hold my mom's phone a lot of times. So sangine nikitaka to browse or something, I go redeem her bonga points. I didn't know that she's actually saving for this bonga points. And my mom had like 5,000, 10,000 bonga points, even 50k. She would reach the numbers. So one day I went, and I think I didn't know that she's actually checking. So I think she checked. She was furious, mad. Like, why would you go and redeem my points? I don't believe Katie, kuna when you wanna save. Is it
Yeah,
bonga
I've also
points?
seen this with my grandpa.
I don't know why it's the old people.
It's always the old people.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I don't know if they don't know how to redeem them, but they know how to save them.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
You know, I remember there was a time I checked my grandpa's bonga points, and it was at 49,000, and
I
I'm
know.
like, wait. And he told me that he want to get a phone with that. And he
Exactly.
actually did.
I also remember my mom took a neon. I don't know why it's always neon.
Safaricom.
She took a neon with bonga points and just a little bit of cash, and it's amazing because this is something positive and I love it. Now let's talk about Akode. Akode has graduated from MKU.
Yeah,
And this is- congratulations to her. She's having fun. Me, one thing I love, and the reason as to why I really want to talk about this is because Akode is an example of women can actually do it. You know, it doesn't matter the age, it doesn't matter your past, it doesn't matter what people are gonna say, because this is somebody who has faced discrimination, skin discrimination, being that she's so melanin. She has passed through a lot of relationships and marriages which have not worked, and people have judged her from her past. So I do believe when I see her, and I had a saying, the former ex. One thing I also acknowledge about Akode, she's an ni mtu ataongea.
Yeah.
She's very audible. Outspoken. Because I heard her also saying, if it's not for the ex-husband who had pushed her to finish her degree, she wouldn't, you know. And so one time she's saying you might be wrong, but she'll give you your flowers when you're actually doing the right thing. And that is something I acknowledge. There are people who would never want anything good for you. Like I watched a movie, and the movie is about a woman. Now this woman is working with the boyfriend in the same company, and what is happening is you're not allowed to date within the same company. So ni chini ya maji. So they even live together. So wakitoka job, this one follows the other route the other one follows this other route, and then they go.
They meet
The
somewhere.
first one enters first of all, and then the other one enters after the other person. So what is happening is, after a while, this guy thought he was the one getting promoted at work, right? Now he's really eager. He has told the woman they're ready to celebrate. And then on that day of promotion is the girl that has been promoted at work. Now she's scared of even coming to tell him, I'm the one that is going to be your boss. So she's finding a better way to actually explain. And when she told the guy pretended that he's okay with it, right? But deep down, he's
was
not okay with it, you know. And do remember this position he was fighting for? He was with another different guy, of which hakujua hata ni the girl who was going to be promoted. Now he works under the girlfriend, and there is a position. Now the girlfriend, when she's with the bosses somewhere, she's telling them, please, I'm vouching for this other guy, and nobody knows they're actually dating because he's very strict. So she says, I'm vouching for, if the name is X, please make sure you check on X. He has a good resume, he has this and this. In her own place, because she's now a boss, she's hanging out with the bosses, the lifestyle has changed, she's not even hanging out with the boy anymore. Of course they live together, but Napata, she's called even at night, you know, I want you to come to the office, I want you to do this. She's taking flights and everything. This guy Kumbe is growing some negativity and hunger in himself. So it has reached to a point even if the girl comes home, the guy is always busy pretending. The girl is trying, what is it wrong? She's trying to be herself, but she's actually seeing that things are really going really wrongly. And it ended up that this guy almost killed her, and the engagement, it's a very crazy series. The engagement was broken. Imagine they were engaged before the job, and now she has gotten the job. This guy has called off there, and instead of this guy coming out to say, I don't want you to take this job, or speaking about it, he was just growing some anger in it. And the reason as jealousy.
And this is your person, but
Imagine.
how do you get jealous about your man?
I don't know how it worked, but apparently it really did happen. And now what I'm about to say is, first and foremost, you should, all right, be happy for your person, because if he's winning, you are winning at the same time. And I like the fact that she had apparently people who were supportive in her life, and they didn't care about her age. Somebody there now, they didn't care about what she was going through, about her past. They actually supported her, and she has kids that support her. And congratulations to her. It is not easy to find people like Nuru. You know, he did case. Not a lot of people have the courage to do that, despite the age, which is super amazing.
Yeah, by the way, congratulations to Akode once again. You know, I keep on saying that there's a lot you can learn from that woman, despite her failed marriages, despite being married to white men. I believe there's a lot we can learn from her as a woman, as a businessman, a business woman. And young girls, if you look up to Akode, not on the other side of getting married to white men, you can also look at her, how she's a business woman, how she's now into her life and bettering her life all time. You know, she doesn't want to remain in the same place, the same place you left her. You know, imagine at this age, she's still trying to go harder, go bigger every time. I saw she even opened a school, called the Akode Academy.
Exactly.
And congratulations also to her, because she's giving back to the community, building a school. You know, building a school, it's like giving back to the community, even though it is a private entity. It is like also giving back to the community. So I believe in her, and I feel so good for her. I'm so happy for her. And congratulations, Madam Boss.
Exactly. Congratulations are in order. Tunasemanga, the sky is not the limit. You know, do you till you feel like you're always, you decide what limit you can get to. But otherwise, Katie, kindly check on
Lieutenant Colonel Michael Berry saying good, and also Fatty saying good afternoon, ladies, blessing a day. Good afternoon to you too, blessing day to you.
Yes, good afternoon, and I hope you are enjoying. Now, I want us to talk about entertainment. Today being a Friday, and what is happening is there's been scandals going around Rosemwand. Alright, there was double booking, so hakutokea kwa hiyo event ya umsi, and this person got really mad. Let me just get it clear, but I see Rosemwanda said she has forgiven him, and then I want us to see who is to blame. Is it the people who booked her? Is it Rosemwanda the artist? Because when we talk about event planning, you know, you can't just be planning an event. Is it her management who didn't communicate well? Now let us look at where the problem is. Now the gospel singer Rose Mwando has confirmed that she reimbursed musician Ali Mukwama 50,000 a day after she claimed she swindled him. Now she sent back the money just recently, but this is not a recent story, right? In an interview with Citizen, the Nibebe crooner also confirmed that she has forgiven Mukwama and added she has nothing bad against him. Muhando, however, advised the gospel artist to avoid being used by people who were out to rock the boat and say they were on the same team. She explained that she had maintained a silence despite so many wrong things people had said about her. Because what matters is money, and that is the reason you are threatening me via the government. Ali, please, your money is here. Take your money and have faith. Let me remain with my service to God who is alive. It is better to eat grains and water than to eat an offering that is filled with tears and no happiness. Mwanda was accompanied by pastors who confirmed that the money she sent to the gospel artist was true. She also condemned the manner in which Mukwama addressed the issue and maintained that she has forgiven him and is holding nothing against him. Mwando added that she felt disturbed, that she wanted to give her apology to Kenyans, so probably had what Mukwanda accused her on social media. Let me see if there is a video. No, this is the whole interview. I don't want to explain that, but that is what is happening. And I want us to look at places where, because it is December and a lot of artists, I saw people like Prince Inda, people like Samido have already been fully booked, you know, for the whole of the month. And this is something that might happen with this kind of situation where you're double booked and you know, there is maybe confrontation, because alikuwa anasema I don't want to talk about what went down. The confrontation was not good and I can't give more details of what happened, but I didn't swindle his money. Now, do we blame the management itself? Because Rosemwando, first of all, has been in the industry for a long time. This is somebody who has a name, developed artist, and she has a very big influence to the gospel industry. This is somebody who must be having a lot of management because she has worked with a lot of people. So, do we blame the management, or do we blame the Kenyan team, or do we blame the guy who came out to speak that he had swindled him? What can you say about
I blame the management first, because if you are maybe busy or the artist is booked, you're supposed to communicate.
Yeah.
And also, you're not supposed to take any payment before you confirm the availability, you know. Because at the end of the day, this is now like swindling. I'm not even going to blame the person who claims that the money was swindled, because it's true. If the payment was done and you never appeared, you swindled my money. You ate my money, and of which you should return it, you know. But the management was on the wrong, because why would you take somebody's money while you know that this person is booked? You're not supposed to receive any payment unless you confirm if the availability of the artist.
You know what they were saying is it was a last minute change. And I do believe if it's a last minute change, communication is supposed to be and kama ni kurudisha pesa, you don't also have to wait for somebody to speak out and then you'll return do. Because this is some fishy behavior also, if you look at from Rosemwando's team. Because you can't say this money was for a long time, and maybe this person was expecting you as a bigger artist to actually communicate back and return the money. So you can't say you've already returned, now God. You see our hypocrisy is really bad with religion, because now you're saying, oh, I'd rather eat CD what and yet somebody's money was already taken. If you're not communicating and you have my money, or rather you're supposed to do something for me and you've already been paid, I definitely do believe I have all
And
the
I
right.
believe the person who claims to be swindled money had reached out.
Exactly.
There's nowhere to keep quiet with you owning money.
Mpaka
I'd
niende kuongea
try to
social
reach.
media,
I'd
definitely.
try to reach Yosh money before I get to the media. You
Yeah.
know. So I believe there is something wrong with the management.
Yeah, super crazy. But family, let us know your thought about it. Shout out to General Mosquito. I see you in the building. Is saying hey, and those who are locked in with us on TikTok, kindly communicate. I see a lot of people, 7 people already in the building, but nobody has said anything. Now, before even we come to closing our show right about now, let's talk about NYS. Now something is coming on my decks right now. I don't know if you've talked about it. Apparently, was it just 2 days ago when we were saying the NYS recruits were actually injured, or was it on Friday or Monday?
KDF, those were not NYS.
Oh,
it
they were
KDF.
they were KDF. Now we've been seeing how NYF are surviving. You know, sini wale wenye wanasafishaga hapa hivi.
Yeah.
Yes, they go for training, which is really hard. The NYS training is not easy.
Military
Katie.
training.
It's military training, and yet they're being paid peanuts and peanuts of money, and yet they do a lot. By the way, they do even better than the police because they ensure that there is cleanliness, there is services done to the country. Now we've seen President William Ruto announcing an increase of the National Youth Service recruits, and during the 87th NYS Recruits Pass Out Parade held in Gilgil on Friday, the head of state reminded the recruits that he had committed to reviewing their working conditions. Ruto disclosed that from the next financial year, they will be entitled a 40% salary increase as presented by the former Chief Justice David Maraga's National Task Force on improvement of terms and conditions of services and other reforms for members of the National Police Services and Kenya Prisons Services. So also the prisons are going to be checked. And I will quote, he says, "Let me report here that when I was here last year, I did not commit that they were going to include the National Youth Service in the review of salaries and the working conditions of both the police and the prisons. And I committed that we are going to include the NYS, and we did. Let me confirm that the report was presented to me and to the government. National Youth Services beginning next financial year, for 3 years, their salaries will be increased by 40%, Ruto said. All right, maybe I play the video kidogo.
Are much admired, effective workers in every field, from agriculture to national security and administration, as well as building and construction, research, development and innovation. Because of the rationalization of learning pathways in tertiary education, a number are also finding themselves on their way to careers in highly competitive domains.
All right, apparently the video is like 2 minutes. Let me see.
Recognizing the place of youth in national transformation in general, and that of NYS in powering the plan in particular, we have embarked on a strategic re-engineering of the National Youth Service to enhance the capacity of the institution to take up greater numbers of trainees, position it on the path of financial sustainability through revenue generation, thereby creating the conditions to support the expansion of enrollment to 100,000 young people annually in the next 5 years. Let me repeat that this year.
Did you hear that? That 100,000 people for recruitment. That's a lie. Oh my God, I don't know where it has gone to.
They might recruit them, but
We are graduating 10,000 young people from this field.
So you're taking 10,000 or taking 100,000 per year, and you're recruiting 10,000. So the 90,000 wanaenda wapi? Ama ni propaganda too, because you're recruiting 100,000 people. Just say we are taking 10,000 people. Why are you saying numbers when you know it's not a reality?
Next year,
no, he's actually talking about the people who are passing out during that thing.
Exactly. So passing out is every year, right?
Yeah.
Now, if passing out is 10,000 KT, and yet you recruited,
he's saying that now we are going to recruit more. Next year we will have the pass out. We will have more graduates than this year.
in the first cohort, it will be 15,000. In the next cohort, it will be 15,000. So next year alone, 30,000 young people from across Kenya will graduate from NYS as we position NYS as the incubator for all other arms of government. And let me report here that when I was here last year, I did commit that we were going to include the National Youth Service in the review of salaries and working conditions of both the police, the prisons, and I committed that we are going to include the NYS, and we did.
I think the video is
Yeah.
when you could Jirudia, but that is what is happening with the president. Apart from that, before we come to the end of our show, Katie, let's talk about now Gachagua, because people are literally graduating, right? We also saw KMTC graduating, and let me tell you, KMTC wanaweza jaza.
Where KMTC now waliniwa
Because
whole
KMTC,
stadium.
yeah, you know why? Because KMTC has a lot of branches, even in small towns. You know, it's not even only Nairobi. In Nairobi, you can find there is KMTC's G.
There is Karen.
Karen, there is, you know,
Yeah.
because I do remember my elder sister, she graduated from KMTC, and I was in Campo. So imagine the whole, I didn't attend the graduation because there was traffic, mad traffic. By the time we got there, the graduation was over, and the traffic was caused by those people who are going for graduation because it is one part. It is super crazy, but again, shout out to them for graduating. It's not easy. Medical school, let me tell you, when I was in Campo, the people that used to do more of drugs and party a lot are doctors, and I used to wonder, how is it that you guys are studying the most craziest and hard course, but you guys are ever partying? And then somebody told me the things they study and the things they see in hospitals are not easy. They can't be sober, you know, and I got to understand that bit about it. I don't know if it's true if you're a doctor, and don't come for me. My family is a family of a lot of doctors. They might come for me, but this is what I noticed. Now, I want us to talk about, first of all, the struggles they passed through. Of course, 7 years in school is not easy, number one. And then you want to tell me these people, now our deputy president came out to say they're very ethical, they know how to work, they really work really well. But at the end of the day, you think that taking them outside the country is the option for them. If you say they're ethical, they have good work standards, they have good work ethics, why is it that they can't actually have to treat their own people? Because when they go there, they're going to make money for those countries, right? They're going to be very impactful to those countries. Going to treat...
They are going to be used.
Used, of course. Used, definitely. Let me use the... And very impactful because they're going to put a lot of impact there. Great money for the country. Why is it that we are taking our very own best of the best, taking them to other countries to work? The president is actually, securing jobs for you up there. From next year, close to a lot of you people will, get work outside the country. That is something I don't get, and this is not the first time. We've even seen with our farmers and even wale walikuwa laborers ama ni wagani.
Yeah, it's just Kenyans.
Exactly. Kenyan citizens going to places like Kuwait. We even saw some going to Israel.
Yeah.
Which is a very, very crazy place to even go during this time of the year. Super crazy, Katie. Let me know what you think about it.
It is just crazy, and now they are telling you you've graduated, so what?
Yeah.
What can we do for you? We will just export you as laborers,
Yeah.
and you will just go to work under slavery. This
Yeah.
is just crazy, and I feel so bad that the government, during the JKUAT graduation last year, the deputy president came out and said that hatuna kazi
Exactly.
za kuwapea,
Exactly.
So it is a very crazy motion even to discuss, and also a saddening story, because imagine now telling the youngins that it's okay, you have gotten your degree, it's okay, you have gotten your master's, so where do you think you're going with it?
Yeah.
It's so sad. But anyway, family, I believe the only thing we can do is just come against this government. Yeah. And I see Vincent anasema hawajui kenye wanafanya, Biblia ijawahi wekwa chini. Shout out to you.
I don't know.
Nobody can stop reggae.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
and I also see shout out to Jem Mosquito in the building. He's saying what happened to Joby.
She's okay.
She's okay. I also see Jem Mosquito saying Ruto is Namskal, let's be honest. Definitely all this, and then they're saying the next year.
Mhm.
He's always promising. Starting from 2024, we've even started campaigning. Unajua, during even this time is when the deputy president said, let us vote for Ruto again. Not even 1 year, not even 2 years in the office, and yet you've started even campaigning, and there's nothing you've done. Literally, for somebody to say, I really want to campaign or vote for you again. I also see James Katie, didn't you vote for Ruto?
I did.
You did vote for Ruto.
It saw me on the ballot paper.
Katie never voted. Katie's a youngin. I also see Ansan. Katie's underage. She's children.
Yeah. Tower.
And Sankenan is saying, hello ladies, I'm in the clouds receiving prayers.
Thank you. Hello to you too.
Hello to you too.
May you receive healing as well.
Exactly. I also see Ansankenan saying, Shmani is wearing the goats. Yes, sir. We are bullying it every day, each and every day. But family, we are almost coming to the end of the session. Before we go, I don't know your closing remarks.
Much love, family. Hope to see you during the weekend, maybe probably on Monday as well.
Yeah. Yes, family. Thank you so much for those who tuned in. Much love, highly appreciated. Make sure you check in with us during this weekend. And for those who are going outside to party, the weekend is long. It's December. Somebody told me December is a very critical month.
Yeah, we lose a lot of people.
A lot of people
December.
die in December. Drink and drive issues, kindly stop. Alcohol is there to swindle your money, number one. And also, please make sure as you go out there, don't also work. There are a lot of people. Right now with this economy, people are mad. In the streets, Katie, people are angered. Let me tell you. The other time we were on the streets, the other day we were on the streets, and somebody's just being mad, talking to you badly, starting war because people are drunk or they're just furious with the economy.
Yeah.
So stay woke and be careful. Much love. Enjoy the rest part of your day. See you on Monday morning at 8 a.m. kama kawaida. Na wacha na moja Charisma with Sina Noma.
Here's a strange fighting. Now my hate to have my